Welcome back to Hear Me Out. I'm Dee.
I'm E.
And today's episode is a review of the latest episode of the Kardashians. We're so excited.
Why do you say it like that?
I don't know. I'm trying to pretend. Trying to hype myself up here.
Terrible.
I know.
The episode is called A Step in the Right Direction. So if you haven't seen our other videos, our last two, go check them out because we're recapping every video. So we're going to go over this in sections like we did or like we do in the other videos, and then we're going to talk about it, criticize them, do what we do best. All right. So in section 1, we're in Calabasas with Chloe and Scott's back. Are we excited?
Gosh.
Because they are catching up and having fun. So Scott got into a car accident. I think he got into a car accident, I don't know, season 1, season 2, or something like that. At this point, I don't know when, but he recently-ish got into a car accident. So he hurt his back, and because of all of this, he's gained a little bit of weight. And he hasn't gone to physical therapy. So Chloe's there to give him a little pep talk. And Chloe says this is the unhealthiest he's ever been. They quickly jump into Tristan again because this is the whole season. Tristan. Yeah. They should call this show the Tristan Show at this point.
Yeah.
So Scott asks, how's Tristan? Chloe explains Tristan's house situation and then asks, has this brought you guys any closer? Chloe says that her and Tristan are great friends. And then, our boy Scott, he's inappropriate. Should we say what he asked?
Yeah, go ahead. I think it's okay.
All right. So he says, "Are you getting the sausage?" Chloe says that they don't sleep in the same bed. He has his own room. Boundaries, guys. Boundaries.
That was not a no. Just throwing it out there.
I thought that was a no, but I could see what you mean. Mm-hmm. Chloe then says, I quote, "I don't know what 5 to 10 years might bring. If he's my person, then he's meant to be my person. But right now, I'm not going to make my life any harder than it has to be." End quote. Just going to drop the mic there. And then Scott asks Chloe if she's been dating, and she says that she doesn't have the energy.
Okay. So I want to start with Scott, not Chloe, not Tristan, with Scott. Mm-hmm. Aside from the obvious health issues, he's always remained consistent for the 10 plus years that they've been doing this show, or the second iteration of the original show. So I appreciate Scott and I give him his props because he does not change. He sticks to his script. I love it. Still hella inappropriate. Super. Very awkward and weird, the relationship he has with Chloe. But whatever. Now as far as like his situation, I did feel bad for him. Because yeah, you can tell that for the past season or two, he's kind of, I don't want to say declined because it sounds horrible, but like something about him has shifted. He's not the typical Scott with the, being the Lord Disick or anything like that. So that has been something that, I've noticed. And so I feel bad for him. As bad as you can feel for a millionaire, but whatever. I do think that like he should have gotten help right after he got his accident. That was not a good idea that he didn't. And then as far as like the whole Chloe thing, just say you want that man, girl. Just say that. Save us all the trouble and just say that. Like, are people gonna leave you alone? Probably not. But it's your life. It don't matter whether we think he's trash, and we do think he's trash. It's about what you want, It's like if that's what you want, like E says, you like it, I love it, Like that those are my thoughts on that section.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I don't know what 5 to 10 years might bring. Chloe, you want him back. And then later on in the episode, we see that they're working out. I think they were trying to show a video of Tatum, but Tristan and Chloe are working out together. And I'm like, okay, these are routines. And,
Yeah.
I'll probably say the same thing again when we're in that section. But these were routines that they had when they were together.
Right.
So, of course, I feel like that's going to give him mixed signals.
Yeah.
Be like, no, she don't really mean it. She took me back like 85 times. What's 86 at this point?
Right.
Chloe, you're traumatized. I understand this.
Yeah.
But if you want to be with this man, just be with this man. It don't matter what we say. At the end of the day, you guys are ultra famous. You're hella millionaires, billionaires at this point.
Yeah.
In some realms, you guys are the trendsetters in fashion and business. And why do you care what we think at this point? You shouldn't. It's whatever you deem is appropriate for you and your family. You said that this is your family is your most important thing. Being a great mom is an important thing. So if Trish Trash has to be a part of it, or you want to really be with him and work it out again, girl, do it. It just sucks that your life is public.
Yeah.
And, there's women out here or men out here who've been cheated on 10,000 times and they're still together. So, girl, if you like it, I love it. I just want to see you happy, thriving. Yeah. I don't think Tristan has changed, in my opinion. No. Not that, I'm a licensed therapist, psychologist, psychiatrist at this point, because that's what he needs. He needs some meds. That's my only problem with it. Like, I haven't seen an evolution in him. It's like, I'm going through these problems and Chloe's helping me and I don't want to be seen as a bad person or a bad dad. It's me. When is he thinking about others? He's not. That's my problem ultimately with Tristan, besides, him cheating and stuff.
Yeah.
He hasn't changed.
There's a quote from one of my favorite artists, Romeo Santos.
Oh, Lord.
Quote.
Uh-huh.
He says something about basically like how the happy moments are temporary. Cuenta los años que te ha hecho sufrir, which is like
that
he's made you suffer, Yeah. And I think she's in this limbo, this purgatory where she's holding on to these happy moments instead of realizing the unhappy years that she's had with him. And I get that. Like, I know we talk a lot of crap about Tristan. I know we talk a lot of crap about this whole situation. But as a woman, and I feel that you probably think the same thing, we put up with a lot. And we do go hard for the people that we love. Like that is super understandable. And when you're in love with someone, or when you consider this person your family, and in this case, he is her family because they have children together, yeah, you're gonna want to ride hard for this person, even if it's detrimental to you. And it's very much like detrimental, to her. We've seen that. And the constant like state of unhappiness that she's been in for so long. I mean, last season, she didn't even feel like she could celebrate the fact that she was about to have a baby. She was like, I would say she was going through a depression, and so it's like sad to see that she is in this never ending cycle and doesn't have support. Like,
but I feel like these Kardashians, and some women too, we've all done it. They go through this like, oh, let's forget about the bad stuff. Let's only remember this. And I think it goes back to Chris. It's like how they like glorify or put the dad on the pedestal. Well, Robert this, Robert that, the men, great co-parenting. So I feel like the girls really like hang on to that like really tight and be like, okay, let's find the best aspects of them and like let's try to make it work, and let's try to emulate mom and emulate Chris, and they're great, blah 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 blah, and it's like almost to their detriment. We don't know much about Kim and Kanye, like the intricacies, but we know Kanye is Kanye and Kimberly is Kimberly.
Yeah.
But I think that Kimberly put up with a lot. with,
Yeah.
he's a whole persona, I think.
For
He's a lot to
years.
handle, I think.
For years.
Probably even more than she is to him.
Yeah.
You know, she changed her style. She did this, she did that, you know. There was like an episode where he was upset because they didn't have his flesh colored band-aids that is his same skin tone. Like, can you just imagine dealing with like something like that? Like
Yeah.
just catering to a man, and you know, you reach a breaking point, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know where my train of thought was going. What were we talking about?
No, it's what you were
Oh,
originally
they were
talking about,
glorifying these men.
glorifying. Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I think you have a great point. That's what they're holding on to.
yeah. But my problem with Tristan, I don't think he's changed. I think, especially, we'll see it later on. Chris gave him a job, or she like spoke to her peeps, got him
No.
a job at ESPN. I'm gonna leave it there, a little cliffhanger, so I can tell you my thoughts later. So, all right. So, section 2, they're in Miami, Florida. Shout out to the 3L fan. At the Fountain Blue. Kim is there for a Sky Partners meeting, and that's her private equity fund. She's there to speak at an event. Kim says that she's an entrepreneur at heart, and that's her specialty. And then she said something that really irked me.
Uh-oh.
She said, most of the time, what I really do with my life is going to bore the shit out of you regular customers, right?
Oh boy.
And then I lost all my notes. Give me 10 seconds, guys. How did I lose it? All right. And that's what it is with a private equity fund. Meetings about pre-IPO and skins, and then she goes blah 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 blah, talking about all this business jargon.
Yeah.
But I guess to break it all up, she had a wardrobe malfunction.
Right.
Her latex pants broke at the event. She's freaking out. Chris and Tracy are there taping or gluing the latex to her behind, which I thought was a little funny, I guess.
I think it was. I feel like that was funny.
Yeah, that was a little comic relief to all that humble bragging that she was doing. Then, you know, the seminar was talking about Kim's career. She says earlier in her career, she had a lot of licensing deals. When she was tired of not having full control, and with the help of her mom and her sisters, she was able to figure out what she really liked and how to make those goals happen. In the beginning, there was no real blueprint to what she was doing. And then she continues to say that companies want Sky Partners to buy them out. They say that Kim really understands both sides of the business and some of them want her to be a part of the board or part of the company. And Kim says that this is all a very fascinating process.
So I thought that, you know, it was an interesting little segment, and more along the lines of like what she was trying to do in the first season of the new Hulu show.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly I didn't hear her say customers. I thought she said what, you know, what regular people would think or something. I don't know. I guess I didn't hear that part correctly, because I just thought she said like, you know, people will find my life boring if they actually like, you know, would see these parts of it. So, you know, it was interesting. The whole wardrobe malfunction I thought was hilarious. Because it's like the one relatable thing of the whole section, where we've all had some sort of wardrobe malfunction at one point or another. I've had to wear, you know, wrap sweaters around my behind in the past. It's not fun, y'all. It's not fun. So I understood that. And that was probably like the only thing that I was like, okay, that's pretty relatable. That was funny. That's it.
You know, I'm always a big fan of, you know, finding out things about the business aspect of Kim Kardashian.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, just learning like different things. But this time around, her talking about the private equity fund, Sky Partners, I felt like it was pretty like braggadocious.
Really?
Because it was almost like, you know, being ostentatious, but in a business sense, not with like flashy jewelry or clothes or things like that.
Okay.
So, you know, my $1 billion private equity fund, and this is what I do, and pre-IPO and skims. You know, for people that, you know, might not be in the business realm or whatever. They don't know what pre-IPO things are and what that entails, and
Right.
you know, these kinds of meetings. So she to me seemed like, I'm above it all. I'm at the top. This is the echelon of blah blah blah. Like,
Yeah.
to me it
Okay.
was a little off-putting
I
the
get
way
you.
she was having, the way she was talking about it.
Yeah. Okay, I get that.
So, and for the first time, I was like, you know what? I think that Kardashians are really annoying me, like it in a for real sense. Like,
Oh,
yeah. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I love the drums. Give me the drums. It ain't my drum, so I want to know about it. You know, or the funny little stupid things that they do. But
yeah.
this time, I don't know. That little section just rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, I get you.
All right, section 3. They're in LA at Chris's house, and I guess Tristan just walks in. Mind you, I think this was all scripted, not that
Of
everything
course.
else isn't, but this was mad awkward. Um, but shout out to that refrigerator with all those greens. I'm like, how much did that cost? I'm like, you can't be
Wow.
showing that to people. Inflation, insensitive. And I wanted some artichoke, clearly. All right. So Chris says Chloe and Tristan had have worked out a rhythm, whatever that rhythm is. Tristan is wherever he's needed. He's running around with the kids, doing all the errands. Of course, he's not working, so Chloe's making all the money. Duh.
Mhm.
So he got to do something.
Right.
So apparently Chris hooked up Tristan with an ESPN job. Then he goes and says, I gotta thank you, you know, Madam Momager, for getting me this job. It was sickening at this point. That's another reason I'm annoyed with Tristan, but whatever. Chris reached out to ABC Disney and expressed how talented Tristan was and how they would really benefit from him being part of the ESPN team. Chloe sent a video of her and Tristan working out, and Tatum was watching. Then Tristan says Chloe is the best workout partner that he's ever had. Not his athletic friends, people that train for a living. It's Chloe.
Chloe. Yeah.
Chris says, we know Tristan has made some mistakes. I know that he's really sorry that for what he may have done to Chloe and how he hurt Chloe, and I'm sure he regrets all of those mistakes every single day. And Chris says that she fears that Chloe will feel a void once Tristan moves out.
Oh, okay. So let's start with the ESPN thing. ESPN laid off, fired a lot of on-air talent over the past year. A lot.
Mm-hmm.
Disney, who's the parent company, has been doing budget cuts. And we actually talked about this during our Bob Iger video that we did. And to hear that these on-air talent people, the people that do the work, have literally done their profession to be this. To hear that they literally were cast aside, but Kris Jenner can make a phone call to her friend over at ESPN and say, hey, hire my daughter's baby daddy because, he needs to make money. Not for child support, because he ain't paying Jordan no child support, and we know he ain't paying enough for Theo. But he needs to make some money. I guess for that house that never is going to get built. Who knows? Maybe. But yeah, let's get him a job. Oh, he knows. He's well versed in this. Oh, why? Because he played. Because he was a what, mediocre NBA player. He knows stuff. So that to me was so cringy.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they even had that conversation on air, it was recorded, and that's bonkers. And it's, to me, that was even crazier than the Martini Sommelier, because
Not the Martini Sommelier.
the Martini Sommelier is hilarious, right? Super out of touch, super unrelatable, but hilarious. You making a phone call while people are out here losing their jobs, but you
Yeah.
call in a favor
Mm-hmm.
for your former son-in-law, for your grandchildren's dad. Like, that's completely disgusting to me. Like,
Yeah.
but I think we've talked about in the past how Chris likes to take on these projects, and by projects I mean broken men, and essentially make them be like forever indebted to her, right? Because she's done stuff. She started with, at the time, Bruce Jenner, now Caitlyn. She ran, the speaking engagements for Bruce at the time. She did all of that stuff. That's how she really got into the whole business to begin with. Then she was trying to set up Rob, but you know how that worked out. She's had stuff done for Scott. She like was involved in other stuff for some of the other men that they've like had stuff to do with in the past. So, to me, it's like she very much likes to, for the men in the family, be this like rock, be this person or whatever. But I feel that's a detriment to her daughters, because her daughters are having to like contend with, this person is still in our lives, and my mom says he needs to be in our lives, or he should be in my life. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have him still be in my, like, you get me? It just feels like such a terrible example of what the best way to move forward is. And
Mm.
so I was just like completely annoyed with that whole scene.
You were annoyed. I was annoyed. I felt like that was the epitome of, they're not related, but like a Nepo baby. I could just make a phone call. It's like a slap in the face to,
Yeah.
like you said, people that are losing their jobs or trying to find a job. And then, just because you
Yeah.
have the right connection, now I'm speaking as a minority woman with no connections or everything, and you're just like begging for an
Yeah.
opportunity, to prove yourself, to move up, to do this. And Kris Jenner over there, I can't be mad. It is what it is. She
Yeah.
just picks up a phone, has execs, up the wazoo on her contact list, calls, and just says, I don't even know if she sent a resume at this point, and just says how they would really benefit from him being a part of ESPN. And it seems like, boom, he got a job.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you know how much I have to do, how much education I need, or how much education other people need, or credentials and experience and certifications and work here, do that? Everybody knows.
Yeah.
When you're starting off at any job, they want you to have all these degrees, 10 years of experience,
Yeah.
but you just out of college,
Mm-hmm.
or, whatever. Like you're entry level, but they want all this criteria, and then they want to pay you crap.
Right.
And then Tristan's here, like, you guys would really benefit. Here's a job. And then they show like little snippets of him. Like, I didn't even know he had those kind of gigs. And I'm like, it's not even like back seat a desk job. It's like a full-fledged show, it seems, or a segment where Tristan is talking. It's like, what? It's
terrible.
Can you imagine how much like people were probably waiting for that opportunity to get that spot, and then just Tristan comes, just because, let's not piss off Momager.
Right.
That's repulsive to me. I don't know, but I guess I can't be mad if I don't have those connections. I just wasn't blessed that way. But it is what it is. All right, section 4. Kim is at a fitting for Dolce & Gabbana. She's going to a dinner in Milan for the launch of the collection. So her collection will now be available in stores. She also is going to another fashion show of theirs. And she wants Chloe to go with her because, they had a blast last time. Kim says that Milan is Chloe and her thing. She says that Chloe is more carefree over there, more light, no dramas around. It's just a different Chloe. Courtney doesn't want to go, and it really bothers Kim because she wants to share that experience with her.
We're never gonna get rid of Dolce.
I know. At least we got rid of the argument, like the
Right, the whole thing.
repetitiveness of it.
So I feel like this was a very much a filler episode. Not
Mm-hmm.
much, that really happened. So I didn't really care for that scene. I was just like, oh, okay, cool, sounds good, girl. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me check my notes and see if I actually wrote something about that, because I really was just kind of like, what's wrong with these people? What they doing?
And you
What?
can tell it's a filler episode when it was only like 35 minutes long, It
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
really
it was
serious.
just kind of like, what? And then really, when she was just talking about Milan, like, my note here is Milan is a vibe. That was my note on that. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I can understand that she would want to share these experiences with her sisters, but you just had a blowout fight with Courtney about this whole situation. Doesn't it seem a little bit touchy for you to be like, say, hey, let's go, together to the place that started our drama, or this current drama, like, I don't know. That felt dumb.
Ditto. And how about like Chloe and not Chloe, Courtney and Kim trying to pacify their relationship now, like saying, "Oh, this is how sisters fight, and we're not gonna be mad forever." They're trying to like, change the narrative a little bit. It seems.
Uh-huh. I guess.
I mean, I guess, but I keep calling her Chloe. Courtney ain't doing her part because I haven't seen her since episode 1. And
Yeah.
neither the Jenner side of the sisters. So
Right.
they're pissing me off. I thought we had good momentum on episode 1.
I know.
All right, section 5. They're at a dinner celebrating Corey for something fashion related. So we see on the place cards it said Corey and Dolce and Gabbana. Dolce and Gabbana is now the new Balenciaga, guys. That's what it feels like to me.
Apparently.
I don't know what he's doing. They kept talking about some silk shirts or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This was kind of dumb, but whatever. I mean, he likes it. I love it. So who was there? Chloe, Chris, Corey, Kylie, and Malika? Random. Malika says Kylie is lighter and happier. Kylie says that she feels like herself again. Chris wants Chloe to go to Milan and have some fun. Chloe's always focused on the kids and being a good mom. And then there was an awkward photo shoot of Chloe's booty.
Yeah, I ignored that part. My first note is Corey has a collab with DNG. What is it?
I think it's the shirts that they were talking about. They were being a little ambiguous, but they wanted us to know it was DNG.
Right. So my next one was Kylie says she loves Corey. That's interesting. I don't think I've heard any of them say that they love Corey. So I thought that was nice, at least.
Okay.
One of them. And then the last note on this section. Kylie says she feels like herself again. When were you not? How would we know? You never tell us. You never share. What is it that made you not feel yourself before? And what's gone that now helps you feel like yourself again? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Well, my assumptions are, because you said she doesn't share, she's had 2 kids. We know that she's dealt with postpartum. Her relationship with Travis Scott ended. She has a new relationship with Timothée Chalamet. I don't know. They're on the skinny wave, so I don't know if the BBLs weren't working anymore, and the supermodel skinny is in again, the 90s supermodel skinny. So maybe this is her natural state, and she feels her body more. At this point, I don't know. Maybe it's the sum of all parts. Maybe it's something I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Next section.
Jeez, you see, I can't believe I deal with her. All right, section 6. We're in Milan with Kim. Kim says that the first time there was so much pressure because of the campaign. Now there's no pressure. She loves seeing the clothes at the store. She's excited to go, to the show, and Khloe didn't go, so she's there by her lonesome. Kim called her kids, and they all hung up on her. I thought that was kind of funny. Tristan took Saint to the Nike store. Let's pause, think about it. What are we thinking? Let us know in the comments. North is burning sage all over the house.
Right. That's what they're doing.
I don't know if she called her other kids at this point. Courtney texted Kim a pic of their dad. And Kim says, that they've been talking a lot and this is a step in the right direction.
Okay, let me get my notes because...
She said, let me get my notes.
Okay, so Kim in Milan. That was like a effing sign to me for other things that I will bring up right now. But Kim's memories of the show come back, and that's just like traumatizing for all of us, girl. We were done with it. Khloe deciding not to go. Like, bro, why not? Like, con todo ese dinero.
That's what I was gonna say.
and then the whole T-by-4, Trish Trash, taking Saint shopping and to dinner and whatever.
Psalm?
Apparently don't nobody care. Because he was not mentioned that I can recall. But so does he ever take his first son to dinner or shopping? And what does Kanye think? I feel strange saying this because I never really care to know. But what does Kanye think?
Oh, I want to know what Kanye thinks.
What does he think? I am intrigued about this. He's going to say something. There is no way Kanye's not going to say something. And best believe we'll report it. But, so then, yeah, I don't think a child should be burning sage or should even know what burning sage is at this point. Courtney's confessional about, we're siblings, and that's just like siblings, what they do, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, girl, not every sibling. Mm-hmm. And then what the hell was Kim wearing at the D&G store? She looked weird, and those bangs had to go. I was just like,
which one?
Wearing the manicomio thing? Huh? Yeah, it looked like a manicomio thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The crazy house thingy.
Yeah, that. Sorry, I forget to translate sometimes. The one good thing, besides Milan, I think it seemed genuine. As genuine as Kim can seem. Her desire to have had her sisters with her. And it just reminded me of, like, Keeping Up. And back in the days when it was the three of them doing everything. Remember they had a fragrance line? Remember they were doing, obviously, dye and everything? Yeah. So like that felt pretty legit. I cared enough about that part. But yeah, Milan. Amazing.
I thought that North burning sage was hilarious.
Of course.
I'm like, girl, go to your aunt's house, all your aunties' houses, go to your uncle's house, go to everybody's house. I don't know, Tristan's roof keeps collapsing. I don't know what's going on with his construct. Go burn some sage over there. Girl, and she did it while her mama was away. I'm like, yes, girl, just go clean everything, clean the atmosphere. Let's find some change. So I was cracking up when I saw her with that. I'm like, what?
Dang, yeah.
And I don't know if I had any thoughts on this. I think I'm annoyed with this whole D&G thing already. Like, let's see something else. You do 10 million things. But honestly, I wouldn't know what else. Like, if I'm annoyed with Kim and her business aspect and her being all pompous about it, And then I'm annoyed with the creative stuff that she's doing. And I'm annoyed at all the fights that they're having. And I'm annoyed with Trish Trash. Who else is left?
Man.
Come on, Kylie. I want to know about your life, girl. Just tell me something. Are we going to see her and Jordan reunite here? Like, that they're talking? Friends?
Next season. Because
Give me a date with Bad Bunny and Kendall.
Next
Just
section.
the interaction alone is going to crack me up.
Section.
Why does that touch a nerve?
It don't.
Okay.
I'm Gucci.
You say so.
Not Dolce, Gucci.
Oh, yeah, they did a Gucci campaign. Next section before you kill me.
Yeah.
All right, short section. Kim is going to have a chance to see her collection. Oh, so this is kind of like a flow through. She's going to see her collection for the first time in stores. She said that this was a deep project for her. She faced a big fear. It's cool to see. Seeing her vision come to life is so special, and she wishes her sisters were here with her. So we kind of went over that.
Yeah.
All right. Next section. They're in LA. Scott and Chloe. They're going to get Scott's MRI results for his back. Good and bad news. He's in the cusp of needing surgery, but he could still save it. Then they have, these discussions that Chloe can't wait to be 40 again. The episode 1, she was talking about it as well. Why does she want to be 40 or in her 40s? She said that Tristan and hers relationship was so traumatic. She's over it, I guess, or maybe not, because that might be her person in 5 or 10 years or three days ago kind of thing. Mm-hmm. She had to deal with the whole surrogacy thing. If you saw from the other seasons, connecting with her baby was difficult because of surrogacy. And then she had the cancer scare, which was the melanoma thing that she had on her cheek. So she over her 30s. You know what? I think I'm over my 30s too. I mean, if I was in my 30s, I would be over it, I'm in my 20s still. So it says, what else? Scott wants to get better. You know why? Because he wants to get busy. And by busy, I mean busy,
Yeah.
And then, Scott being weird Scott, he was like, if I get better, would you sleep with me, Chloe? They're inappropriate like that. It's kind of cringy to me. I don't know why, but I don't know. They joke around like that. It's weird to me.
So, all right. Why was he wearing sunglasses in front of the doctor? Rude.
It was sunny inside.
Go to hell. Was he wearing makeup? Because I got the vibe he was wearing makeup.
I did see his face a little like powdery.
It was weird.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs to stop propositioning this girl. At this point, everybody thinks y'all did it anyway. It's gross. It's done. It's over.
Short section 9. Kim is now going to a D&G fashion show. That's not hers.
Right.
There's a snippets of her and Domenico talking and chit-chatting. Michelle Marone is back, guys. This is like the highlight of the whole episode.
I know.
His fine ass. Courtney and Kim have been texting, so it's a good sign. Right. That's all I can hear. Michelle Marone. Let's have a moment of silence. I know we said Henry Cavill was the sexiest man alive, but this is a solid tie or a good second place tie with Chris Hemsworth.
Watch 365. You'll put him at number 1.
Oh, did I watch it? I would remember if I did. I don't think I watched it.
A Netflix and chill night with yourself in that movie, because Michelle Marone. Oh boy.
No, actually, I did see it. Oh.
Watch part 2. Okay.
Well, part 2 I haven't seen.
So, was that the end of the section?
Yeah, for that one.
Michelle Marone is back. All caps. That's what I have in my notes for that section. And
what?
And then Milan at night, heart eye emoji, heart eye emoji, heart eye emoji, and a couple more times. So that's my notes for that session.
I hate you sometimes. All right, last section.
What you tell me what you thought?
Oh, I said Michelle Morone is back. Let's have a moment of silence. This is the most important.
A problem
Well, you have heart emoji, heart emoji.
for Milan at night.
Goodbye, girl. All right. Last section. Of course, it has to end with Trish Trash. We got Chloe's house, right? So it's Tristan, Amari, and Chloe. Chloe says that Tristan is living there. This is something we already knew. Again, this is a filler episode.
Right.
Then she says what we've all been thinking. He could have gotten to a hotel or could have gone to a hotel, but Amari needs 24-hour care with the help of nurses and a medical staff, and a hotel is not a place for that. For the first time, I kind of understood it because of Amari.
Right.
You were like, right. Like you have a rebuttal, but all right, let me continue. So again, they're talking about Amari and his diagnosis. He has epilepsy called LSG, which is the most severe epilepsy. There's really no playbook for it. Chloe's on Amari's medical stuff. Why?
Ooh,
That's Tristan says that after his mom passed, he needed someone that could help him through this, and Chloe answered the call. Again, that's my problem with Tristan. Again, I'm going to say it again. Tristan said that after his mom, he needed someone that could help him through this, and Chloe answered the call. Quote.
Right.
Chloe says that she wants to help relieve some responsibility to someone that is grieving the loss of their mom. Then Chloe recaps and says when she lost her dad, she didn't think straight for 3 years. She can't imagine losing a mom and then taking care of someone when you barely want to even take care of yourself. You just want to be depressed and in that hole. You want to grieve. You want to do this and that. Chloe says that she's always going to be there. She feels equipped. Wait, I'm going to pause there. So she says that she's always going to be there, right? So, I was like, that's pretty admirable of Chloe. It could never be me. But then there's a skirt, right? Here. Then Chloe says that she feels equipped because she went through something like this with Lamar. Because Lamar couldn't walk. He was bedridden. He couldn't speak. So basically saying, Amari, Lamar. I was like, I didn't think Chloe, you should have just whatever. So then the producer asks, when Tristan moves out, are you prepared for that? Our dog Chloe says, I don't know. NC.
Okay. So my notes, right?
When you say, and my notes, right? I'm like, what is she going to say? Like, you make me nervous sometimes.
So, Andrea, Tristan and Amari's mother, did she have around-the-clock medical care for Amari at their home? I want to know that part because then it would make sense for, yes, Amari and I guess Trish Trash to be at her home during this whole renovation or roof cave or flood or fire or I don't know, the freaking apocalypse hit your house. So because if that's the case, like I said, that's understandable.
Well, what I understood that from like the show or I don't know from where, it was that the mom was the full-time, guardian of him. I didn't hear of also having a medical staff. Maybe she had a person, but Chloe said nurses and medical staff. Yeah. So he got probably like 3 nurses, 2 doctors on deck, Kardashian style facility in the house at this point. Like, I know Andrew didn't have all that because Tristan don't look like he got that kind of money.
Right. So then that tells me that Tristan, once again, is not stepping up to take responsibility for what he should be responsible for, because he's now the legal guardian of Amari.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not responsible 100%. Got it. That's what I was trying to clear up. Okay, so my next note. Chloe is on Amari's medical paperwork, and I have this emoji because
this one.
because Chloe girl, just say that. You want this man, just say that. I am so tired of talking about you people. Then her bringing up Lamar.
Ooh.
You know how much I wanted to punch Trish Trash in the face, because he was smiling during that whole thing, and I'm just like,
he was.
That's what he looked like, and I was just like,
I think I died a little inside. I must have died for 2 minutes, come back, rewatched it, and died again. Because the episode was ending. Then the last 2 minutes, she said that, and I was like, that changed the mood of this little section.
It makes no, like, why? It's been years and years, and you've never talked about it publicly. Why? Now, 2 seasons, back to back, you're bringing up Lamar and the crap he went through, when all that man has ever done is say nothing but amazing things about you and your family. But you want to bring up his past and the worst parts of his past. You want to bring up the stuff that, like, who wants to relive that? You know? Mm-hmm. So if you want to have your heart to heart with Tristan, that we know you usually be having anyway without the cameras, what was the point of filming this one? Like, I don't understand. We get it. You can relate. Okay, yeah. You're on his paperwork because you really want to be with him. Like, we get that. That you really are just like pushing it by bringing Lamar into this whole thing. That to me was wrong. Now, the whole part about she doesn't know if she's prepared. Just say that, girl. Once again, you want that man. That's it. That's it. That's the end of my notes, because I just got tired. I was just like, you know what? No.
Well, but just thinking about the Lamar situation, now I think she keeps bringing him up because she wants to show how flawed Lamar is. Because we really don't think of Lamar in that way. The most...
I see what you doing.
Yeah, like the most that we think of Lamar was like, oh, they were so cute, and then brothel. And then all that little thing. Like before that, we didn't know nothing about Lamar and, the things that she was going through.
Right.
But now I think she's bringing it up and saying, hey, Lamar's not, he wasn't a saint. He wasn't doing this, AKA, I kind of forgave him and I was there for him. Let me do the same for Trish Trash. It's like, I mean, it's not helping your cause, girl, because it looks like you keep picking, certain kind of men. But I think that she's trying to bring the other one down, bring Lamar down, so they could bring Tristan a little up. This whole rebrand thing. Yeah. Which is messed up. Like, I'm like, why did you even have to say that? And just comparing Amari's situation to Lamar's actions and, the things that he did that got him there, I thought was completely like off base. Like, why would you even do that? Like, that's not even, you can't even compare.
Yeah.
One is like a medical thing. The other one, it seemed like it was self-inflicted.
It was a choice.
Yeah.
There's a difference, girl.
And why is she on Amari stuff? Did Tristan put her there? Because I don't know if Andrea would.
She put herself there. There is she put herself there. Why? Because the same way she claims to be the third parent of Dream Kardashian, she thinks she's Captain Save-A-Ho and is just going to save everybody.
You said Captain Save-A-Ho.
Like, she's like another version of Kris Jenner. Except Kris Jenner seems to only do it for the men. Chloe does it for everybody. Like, Chloe wants to be Mother Teresa. And it's like, I get it. You have a huge heart. She does. We know that. It's proven. And it's amazing that she's even helping in any way, shape, or form with Amari. Amari has no fault in any of this. But once again, it is Tristan skirting his responsibility, passing it off to somebody else. Because what happens? Oh, Tristan's at work. Chloe's going to take care of it. Chloe will just go ahead and fill in. Why? Chloe's not Amari's mother. Chloe's not Amari's family. Like, but Tristan has his Nepo job at ESPN and is happy-go-lucky because, you know, he gets to live in his baby mama house, the one that he actually wants to, like, you know, hold on to because of the money, and then actually is a father to the two children they're living with because technically they're still in the same roof. But just give it a little bit, because when he move out and he gets a taste of the other hoes outside, he probably ain't gonna be coming back nowhere near your kids anytime soon. But that's going to be the end of my rant because I'm so tired of him and her and him, period.
Well, then.
With this errant hair over here that's just driving me insane.
Yeah, I think Kristen, I mixed them now. I think Tristan, he's I don't know, in this episode, I saw him as a little gold digger. I'm like, this is why you don't want to leave this girl.
Yes.
I don't think like, you haven't changed. I don't think you love her, or you have some twisted way of loving her because you haven't figured it out yet. And you know that this family, because you know your basketball career is over, this family is your only connection to success at this point, because you have momager, your second mom now, Chris, making phone calls for you, getting you jobs. Yeah. Chloe is basically your personal maid, taking care of XYZ things for you. Right. Like you just coasting. Yeah. I don't think ESPN is paying you that much. I mean, you're not a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. I'm just saying.
I mean, I agree with you, clearly. You know, I can't, you know, disagree there. So, anyway.
Man. That's it, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments about Trish Trash, or maybe, you know, maybe we're too harsh on Tristan. Let us know. I'm sure you will, because, you know, we see the comments sometimes. It's not pleasant, but I find them funny. Let us know what you think about Lamar. Like, was Chloe off base just mentioning Lamar and doing these comparisons or talking about him? Like, what do we think about Scott and whatever he's going on? What do we think about the missing Kardashians? Do we want to see them at this point? Do we want the show to be over? I don't know. I kind of, sort of, but I need the drama, so I don't know. I got to figure it out at this point. Let us know in the comments. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also, please share our videos. We're trying to grow the community so your friends could be our friends. We can all be friends. We also have social media, which Dee will tell you about.
We're on TikTok and Instagram at Hear Me Out DNE. And you guys, please follow, share, like, comment. We love all the interaction. And yeah, thank you to the people that have been following us so far.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.